Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tilted Table. We are here tonight to play another game that we brought back from PAX Unplugged called Ill-Tempered Tikis. Yes.
And by brought, you mean that this publisher has graciously given us to show off on stream.
I didn't say bought, I said brought.
You said brought, but
brought.
like brought.
Yes.
I mean, unless you're talking about bratwurst, it has. There you go. Thanks,
Hashtag ad. Yes. Thank you to Wild East Game Company for providing us with a copy of the game so that we can play it on the stream tonight. But before we tell you about this game, I think we should have Sam sleuth what is in the game.
All right, cool.
Sam sleuth, what's in the box when Sam sleuth? I don't know.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
It was better than Guilty's.
Sure. All right, well, so I don't have the back of this box. 2 to 6 players, 8.
Here.
No, I don't have the back. 8 is 8 plus 10 to 15 minutes. So clearly what has happened is that the drinking age is now 8, because this is definitely a game about drinking, because what else do you do with Tikis?
Seems legit.
They're ill-tempered because, as you both know, when Jordan and I drink, we get very angry and we wear masks. So I think, honestly, we just keep chugging away at coconut water, very, very on brand, and then we have to we have to drink while we do this, right?
It's like the spoon game, but with tiki masks.
So it's just like, yeah, okay, that's what it is, right?
Great, yeah, that's it. I don't even have to do anything anymore. That's exactly how the game works. Nailed it.
All right.
So, Ill-Tempered Tikis is a set collection game. It has 2 different sets of rules, but it's largely plays the same. So we're going to start with what they call the even-tempered rules that they suggest for new players. And then we'll try the ill-tempered rules maybe for our second game.
Cool.
So, in this game, you are trying to be the first person to collect a complete family of tikis. Now,
Nice.
We each have cards that have on them a tiki. I don't know which camera we're going to see here, but there is a type and a color.
Oh, hold on.
So, for example,
Jordan's hand.
Okay, so for example, the card that I have in front of me here is the Ku Tiki, and it's yellow. It's a yellow Ku, right? And so what I'm trying to do to win the game is to get 5 different Tikis that are all the same color. So I might get 5 yellow Tikis that are all different. So I can't have like 2 Kus. They would all have to be a different type of Tiki. So that's how you win the game. Now, as far as playing the games...
Is it... Okay, so it has to be all one color...
Yeah, all different.
All different. There's no, all the same. It's like...
Yeah,
okay.
There's no, rainbow of all the same type of Tiki as an alternate win or anything like that.
Okay.
Yep. So, when you play, on your turn, you will first draw a card either from the deck or the top card of the discard pile. There are 2 exceptions to that. One is if a wild card is the top card of the discard pile, and I'll get back to the wild cards in a little bit, you cannot pick it up. And if the card that is perfect.
I'll shuffle it.
So, this is like a super wild card where it can be any type of Tiki and any type of color.
Are there less super wilds?
Yeah, there are less super wilds that are a specific color but any Tiki, or a specific type but any color. So you can see how these are slightly different. And these just provide different advantages and disadvantages in how they are wild. And there's a mechanism, which I'll get to later, wherein you can use a wild card to replace a card. And so if the card on top of the discard deck was a card that was just replaced by a wild card, you can't pick that one up. So those are the only 2 exceptions. Otherwise, you can draw from the deck or from the discard pile at any time.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Basically, if the top card of the discard pile is a wild card or a card that was just replaced by a wild card, which will make sense later, you can't pick it up. Otherwise, you can pick up the top card of the discard.
So no, you can't pick up discard wilds.
Correct. Yep. So
what silly idiot would discard a wild?
So on your turn, after you draw, you can choose one of three options. You can either play a card in front of you in your tableau, your hand, as we're calling it with these little sticky notes, which makes some sense, except we also have a hand that we're going to be holding. But blame Sam. So you can either play a card in front of you, or you can discard a card, or if you have a wild card of any kind, you can play it onto your opponent's tableau. And playing a card to your tableau or an opponent's tableau works the same way in that either you add it to the tableau, or if the tableau is already at its maximum of 5 cards, you have to replace a card, right? So if I had 5 cards here in my tableau, I would pick one of them to get rid of and put my new card in its place. So that's what I meant by a card that has been replaced by a wild card. So if I have a wild card and I put it in Sam's tableau, the card that I get rid of, Sam can't just pick it right back up on his turn because it's the top discard. Does that make sense?
We'll see it in action.
Yeah. So, you may be asking, why would you play a wild card on somebody else's tableau? That is why the different types of wild cards are important. If Sam is trying to get all green Tikis and I have a purple wild Tiki, that purple wild Tiki is useless to Sam, but I can use it to screw up his tableau by getting rid of a good card that he has.
K-Bots, go ahead and do the reindeer a modification for that emote, because it looks hilarious.
I bet it does.
All
right, so that's really the whole game.
Cool. And so for those of you who missed our intro segment where we talked about how we're using channel points, so channel points, for 50 points, we get to pick a player.
So for 50 points, the current player will have to do one of 3 things that you choose. Either they will have to play to their own tableau, or they will have to discard a card, or they will have to play to the opponent's tableau if possible. Now, if the current player doesn't have any wild cards to play to the opponent's tableau, we'll call it discard as a backup.
All right, I'm just going to lose the first round, and then we'll figure out how to play this game.
It's fine.
All right. So we're on the first round?
Yeah, so if you all want to make us do stuff and screw with what we can do on our turn, then make sure to use those channel points.
All right.
Yeah, first turn. So the player who goes first is the person who most recently visited the South Pacific, according to the thing. I've never been, so.
I think probably me then?
Yeah. So you get to go first, Sam. So you draw a card, and then you play a card.
All right, we're gonna go to our split screen so you guys can see what's going on here. Oh wait, I forgot. Oh,
it just looks like guilty as a deer with a red dot laser scope.
Okay. All right, so I have my hand here. What am I doing? I'm going to draw a card.
You're going to draw a card, and then you're going to pick one to either play in front of you or discard, or you can give me a wild, which is probably not advisable.
Do we not start with a?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. So discarding is helpful when you don't want to play anything that you have. At this point, you're almost definitely going to start by playing to your own tableau.
Got it. So I'm going to play a coup, red.
Okay. All right. I'm going to draw, and let's look at these here, chat. So I am going to play a Laka blue.
Oh crap. Okay, I got this. I turned off the other audio source. You're good. We're good. You take a Laka blue. Okay.
Yep, and that's the end of the first turn. Bam! Right. Nailed it.
Okay, so let's see. Laka blue.
So these first couple of turns are going to be us really building our tableaus to try and get some cards out. Once we each have 5, that's when the real mechanics of replacing cards is going to start taking place.
Interesting.
Because right now, there's no point in me giving you wild cards, because it could actually help you. You could just shift your strategy.
But there's no why wouldn't I just discard?
Because you may not maybe you started with red, but maybe you want to give yourself the opportunity to go for different colors based on what you draw in the future. So you could just play stuff.
We're going lock of green. Lock of green.
All right, chat. What do we got here? Well, that's interesting. We are going to go. We're gonna go cane green.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my foot cut off and I didn't treat it, and now I have cane green.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna go Maui red. Maui red.
Maui red. What is this? What is this? All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, chat. Here we go. This is getting interesting. We're going to go cane red.
Wow. Can't even decide.
Yeah. Because I'm going candy cane red.
Then I will go cane blue.
What? How dare you? What do the first 2 rewards do?
What are the first 2 rewards?
What do you mean by first 2? Play card on yourself, play card on someone else? Is that what you're talking about? So basically, you could, if it's my turn and I'm deciding, if I'm deciding what to do, I have 3 options, Kate. I can play a card in front of my own hand, or I can discard the card, or if I have a wild, I can play it on Sam. And so you can basically force my decision for me, and then I'll have to choose what card to play based on how you forced what I have to do. So maybe I really want to play on my own hand. You could force me to discard. Yes, yeah, you can play on another player. We're not doing it yet because we haven't maxed out our tableaus, so there's not a lot of reason to do it.
There's not a lot of reason to do anything.
All right, chat. I like this, so we're going to go ahead and go Coup Red.
Cuckoo, red.
So Sam's about to get his 5th card out, potentially. And we may realize in the future that just maxing your tableaus immediately is not smart, but
There's no part of this that I feel like is smart about doing it. But I'm going to play a Maui
we're
blue
doing it.
because, Jordan rigged it. Let's go, Jordan.
All right. So now Sam has 2 blues, 2
You have
reds,
to play a card
and
on
green.
yourself.
Uh-oh. Well, I don't...
cannot mess with me.
I don't even care what Sam's stuff is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that as complete as we're about to use it. So, chat, we need to play on ourselves. You did that before?
No.
Were you trying to hit Sam with it? He was too fast.
I already did it.
And he did do it. But I'll do it as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and... It's actually not great for us. We're going to do a... We're going to do another cane green. Yeah, you can see... Oh, sorry. You couldn't see my tableau because I was showing you my hand.
Okay. Okay, so how do I play on yours?
So, you can, if you have any sort of wild card,
Only wild.
only wilds, but any of the 3 types of wilds, you can replace any of my cards with a wild.
Okay, what about my stuff?
Your stuff, you can just replace at will. It doesn't need to be a wild.
Okay, I'm gonna play Lono Blue.
Yeah. And in retrospect, not that it really mattered because we both put it this way, but in retrospect, I do believe that, yeah, there's not a lot of point in maxing out your tableaus right away because you can just replace people's cards at any time. But this gives you options to get into play.
All right. So
That's the point.
So, Kate, this is what happens. You redeem one of the options.
Oops,
the active player must take that behavior. So Jordan still gets to choose which card he plays. You get to pick where he plays the card.
All right, chat. I'm thinking that we play this one on ourselves. Sam has 3 blues, which is confusing. So...
What? No, what? What's confusing?
Make someone get snacks. Sam!
Okay.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Sam. All right, quick chat. We're going to go ahead and do this blue. So now we have a cane blue and a Laka blue, and a cane red and a Ku red, and then that random cane green. Sam has 3 blues, as you can see. So he's slightly ahead of us.
I saw that.
Sam's got snacks.
There's
So
some
I
seaweed.
played another blue. So I have 2 blues and 2 reds and a green now.
All right, well, I'm going to try to force Jordan to play a wild here. Oh, there's a green now.
Yeah, there is a green now. What, you didn't want to pick up that discard? Why not?
All right.
Did you get another blue?
I think I'm very confused. Okay, so here are the cards. I'm very confused about like the wild stuff.
So there are 3 kinds of wilds, right?
No. I know how I think like placing on other tableaus only with wilds feels weird.
Oh, it's just you can't just dump any card you want on the other player. It has to be a wild. It's just a restriction.
I'm dumping Ku Orange. Orange.
All right.
Bet you guys didn't even know orange was a color in this game.
Well, they've seen my hand, so maybe they did. All right, chat. This is our new card. I think we should play it to put the pressure on Sam. So we're going to do a Laka red to give us 3 red cards.
Cool.
And discard another cane green. Take that, Sam.
No.
Oh, he didn't take it. Damn it.
Yeah, see, this is where I'm getting confused. Because, like, all right, I'm just going to discard no green.
I mean, if your hand sucks, your hand sucks.
Oh, discard a card.
Uh-oh. I have to discard. Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and mark that complete because I'm about to discard. Here's what we got, chat. I think I'm going to go ahead and discard this puppy. So I'm going to get rid of a cane orange. Jeez, Kate.
How many players is this for?
It's 2 to 6. So it scales a little bit more chaotically as you get more players.
As I also get rid of a cane orange.
Look at you. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here.
How does Kate have so many points in our channel?
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and discard a Laka green. I didn't like that card anyway. Laka orange. Let's see what we get new here. Ooh. Ooh, okay, okay. We're gonna make Sam sweat a little bit. And we're gonna get rid of a Laka blue. No. We're gonna get rid of a cane blue because Sam wants that Laka blue. And we're gonna play a Lono red in its place, giving us 4 red cards, putting us on the verge of victory. if we can come up with a red, whatever the last one is, Maui, assuming that there are only 5 Tiki types.
I want to see what Jordan does here. I'm going to pick up the cane blue. This is what I can do, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give Jordan another coup red.
Ooh.
If he wants it. Coup red. Dropping it.
It might be useful to grab that coup red.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, I have to play a card on someone else.
It
might be useful to grab that coup red as a backup in case Sam got rid of my coup red, but then he would know I had the coup red and he would just pick a different one. So I think I'm going to draw.
Wait, hold on. I could pick up a card out of discard and not play it?
Yeah, it just goes in your hand. You're drawing and then playing. That's what I said. I did say that. You draw, then play. So here's what we got, chat. And we have to
That's what we get.
play a card on someone else. And we actually can do that. So we are going to we're going to cover up your...
Wait, hold on. So when you play on top of another card.
And then it gets discarded.
I thought I got to pick. What happened to me picking?
No. You get to pick when you play it on someone.
Pronoun use. All right.
Otherwise, you would just always pick the card you didn't care about.
All right.
I'm going to replace your Lono blue.
All right.
With any Tiki orange.
All right.
So the Lono blue gets discarded.
So I could...
You can't pick it up this turn, right? That's one of the exceptions.
Got it.
But if that were to become uncovered in the future, perhaps by me picking up the card that you discard, you could then grab it.
Got it.
So if you gave me something I really wanted, I guess I might free that up. But somehow I doubt you're going to give me something I really want.
I mean, I guess I'll play any Tiki yellow on your coup red.
No!
Goodbye, coup red.
All right. See, and at some point you kind of maybe start thinking, well, maybe should I switch different colors, right, as the game progresses. We are going to... We're going to play a coup red on top of the any Tiki yellow to get rid of it.
That's interesting.
Because I had another one. We debated him, chat. Here's what we have. It's an interesting combo.
How about we get some cane any color or cane red going?
Uh-oh. Cane red.
Did you want a cane red?
Actually, nah.
K-Bot's redeem. Play card on someone else.
Oh no! Oh no! K-Pots always hits me. This is really bad. K-Pots just completely screwed me. So I need to do this in a way that does not help Sam as much as possible. You have 2 cane blues and a Maui blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a Lono any color, and I'm gonna put it on your Maui blue.
Okay.
So it doesn't help you, but it doesn't actually hurt you that much. So your Maui blue comes to the discard.
Okay, that's right.
But unfortunately, that was you didn't have a Lono, so that was actually good for you.
Yeah, interesting how that works.
Maybe you're sitting on an extra Maui backup, which would be real bad.
I mean, I think I'm going to play coup blue on my Anti-Tiki orange.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, you're back up to 3 out of 5. All right, what do we got here? No! Play card on someone else!
Yes! K-Bots, I love you!
Oh my, K-Bots literally, K-Bots actually just prevented me from winning the game. Like, legitimately, I won the game and K-Bots just prevented it.
Oh, I should have been more aggressive. But thanks, Kate.
Yeah, Kate saved you because I just drew an any Tiki red,
Nice.
which would have won me the game.
Nice.
So,
give me that any
good
Tiki
job,
red.
K-Bots. I won like 4 hands ago. No, I didn't. Because I didn't have... Yeah, I didn't win 4 hands ago because I didn't have a red of a different Tiki type. So that was the problem. So I'll show you my hand, right? Like, even if you see red in my hand, they're reds that I already have out. Otherwise, yeah.
Play.
So I'm going to replace your Ku blue. You know what? No, I'm going to replace your Lono any color because that's actually useful if you were to like somehow decide to switch to red. So
Right.
the Lono comes here. Maybe I'll get it back from us drawing discards. Unlikely. Man, we were so close, chat.
I mean, I guess I will play...
Make him play on himself.
I'll play Ku any color on your Cane red.
Nice. Well played. So now I have a Ku any color, which is not that helpful to me. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and discard a Ku green. Oh, I should have picked that up. What was I thinking? Oh, yeah, I couldn't. You just replaced. Duh. Kate Bots with the save. Making the game take longer.
I guess I'll play Ku blue on Maui red.
Smart.
No, my hands just suck.
I mean, you have redundancy on the table at least, which means that there's not a lot I can do to replace stuff. All right, well, I'm just gonna get rid of a Ku yellow. The worst part about this is that even if I wanted to potentially shift strategies, I can't because I would have to give Sam this lock of blue, which he actually needs. So I just have to keep it here unless Sam replaces it and somehow manages to fish it out of the discard.
I'm gonna replace the any Tiki red with a Lono blue.
Oh no. How do you keep track of what the wild is? So the wilds...
I think it's just whatever you want it to be, right?
Yeah, the wild can be... You don't have to decide what it is. It's whatever it needs to be based on what other cards you have. So in this case, if I had this, which I sadly don't, it would just be like a Maui or something like that. Whatever one I needed. Yeah, even if someone else plays it. But because it is... There are two there's a type and a color. Someone else playing a wild to your tableau doesn't necessarily help you. Because it could be in a color you don't need, for example. Or it could be in a Tiki type that you don't need. All right, what do we got here? Ah, Maui green. Discard. So Sam and I both have 3 of the 5 cards we need.
Maui orange.
I was so close and yet so far. Cane yellow. We're in the seeking cards stage.
Lono green.
All right. Ku yellow. I probably could have built a yellow tableau by now by just giving up on red.
Lono orange.
Maui yellow. Look at all these yellows and oranges coming out. I
Block of red.
I want to draw just to see what else is there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck! Okay.
Give me that blue.
Cane yellow. Here's what I drew, chat.
Lono green.
This is not looking good for us, chat. This is not looking good for us. Crap. Lock of blue. Sam has all blue cards, chat. Make him discard it. Make him discard a card. Wait, she actually did it. You don't have to discard that card, but you have to discard a card. Amazing, Kate.
Okay, I guess I will discard this Maui red that you need.
Hey! I think I'm going to pick up the Maui red.
But not play it.
And I'm going to replace the Laka blue. Now that you have one, you can have that one. We delayed him a turn, chat.
You delayed me a turn.
Because you had to spend a turn discarding instead of playing it.
All right.
So, like, theoretically, you could have won this turn if you had
that's
the
true.
cards.
That's true. That's true.
All right, chat. Uh-oh.
Kate is an early equal opportunity disruptor.
Well,
Did you draw what I need to win?
no. But just for the shits and giggles, here's my third lock of blue.
And
all I
now
get.
I will play by any Tiki, any color.
No! I knew you'd been saving something good.
Victory!
Sam won
Thanks to Kate Bots.
because Kate Bots saved him. Well played, sir. All right, so you were out of points. That's fair. All right, so here's... is that why you were sending one emote messages? Because you were trying to trigger points?
No, that's not how points work.
I thought the more you talk in chat, the more points you can
Probably.
get. So now, let's learn about the ill-tempered rules.
Oh,
which
God.
don't change the game much, but I think we have to separate the wild cards out. Yeah, so you pull the wild cards out of the deck. And there's a different way to acquire wild cards other than them just showing up. We probably don't have... We might have one or two in here, right? There's a wild... There's a wild, there's a wild. Yeah, having to give you my blue, my red any Tiki. Oof. Well played, Kate.
It is how they work, but it's not like you keep spamming and then you just immediately get points for it.
Right, no.
All right.
Got them all?
Cool.
All right, so why don't you shuffle the wilds, I'll shuffle these. And the way the rules change are we're going to use the non-wild deck as the draw deck, just like we would normally. There's two rule changes. At the beginning of the game, as people are building their Tiki families, instead of placing a card in front of themselves after the draw, they can choose to place any card into any open space in front of an opponent.
Wait, say that again?
So basically, if there's an open space in front of your opponent, you can now place a card there without it having to be a wild card. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Right? Whereas before, you could only play wild cards. So you could place a wild card on you could place any card on someone else's tableau.
When there's an open one.
Yes, when there's an open space.
So once there's 5 filled in.
Then that does not take effect. It goes back to the normal rules. But there is another rule here, which is anytime an opponent discards a card, any other player with a non-wild card that has the same Tiki name can discard their card onto the discard pile and draw a Tiki from the wild pile.
All right, you discard a Tiki. So let's say you discard a Lono, red.
Yeah, if
And
you have a Lono.
Any Lono. Lono
Yep.
blue, Lono green, Lono orange.
Yep. You can discard that Lono in order to draw a wild in its place.
Okay.
And in a larger player game where it's not just the two of us, it would only be the first person to get a card onto the discard pile that is valid that gets to do that. So only one person can get a wild, basically. But that's the only way to accumulate wild cards.
Okay.
So we'll just have the wild deck here. We'll deal out 1, 2, 3, boom. And
All right.
the person who won the previous game gets to go first.
Looks like I'm going to be playing a Lono Blue.
Oh, not again. He's going blue.
Oh, wait. You drew. That's fine. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Forgot about that.
You still want to play that Lono blue?
Yeah, I'm playing that Lono Blue.
All right, chat. We're going to do a... Wow, that's interesting. We're going to do a Maui orange. Right there.
Oh. That wasn't a discard.
It wasn't a discard. Ha ha!
I'll draw a card. Say hello to my friend Maui Yellow.
Nice. Yeah, and I think that this rule is kind of important because it gets people to the discard stage faster, gets the other players to the discard stage faster. If you're like, this doesn't help me, I'll just give it to someone else instead of discarding, right? So with that in mind, Sam, have a Maui Yellow.
Thanks.
So basically, we're discarding to each other's tableaus rather than the discard because we don't want to give the other person a wild card. Potentially give them a wild card. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it does.
He's coup greening.
I think I understand how to play this game now.
Yeah, and also
Shut up.
yeah, okay. yeah. I think you get it now.
Don't tell chat.
Yeah, we won't tell chat our strats. Here you go, Sam. Have a coup red.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Yeah. How do you even win the first game? Because you helped him, Kate Bots.
How about you take this Lono Red?
All right. Yeah, we're building such a strategy of colors, aren't we? I'm going to play this coup yellow in front of myself. Because I'm a monster.
By the way, just so you realize it, you gave me a coup blue.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Mistakes were made.
Thanks, Jordan.
I don't know why I thought that was a red.
I mean, it does look eerily familiar to this coup red I just played.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to give you a Maui orange. Here's what we currently have, chat. Woo!
Okay. So I'm going to play a lock of yellow on the coup red.
I'm not going to discard.
Oh!
All right. I am going to play a Laka orange on a Lono red.
Okay, so how does this work now?
So if you have a Lono, you can discard it and then draw a wild card to replace it.
Does it replace my turn?
No, it's out of turn.
Goodbye, Lono Blue. Hello, wild cards.
So now Sam has a wild card.
Hello, other card. I'm going to play this Cane Orange on my Laka Yellow. Laka.
I'm not going to discard a Laka.
Laka. Laka. Oh, wait.
Oh! Were you supposed to play a card on me?
Kate, you call the timing.
I mean, if it was supposed to be you, we can either undo your turn or we can just have it take effect next turn since I've already seen that card that you played.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
If
right,
Kate intended it for you, then we can have it be on your next turn. Which seems fine. I think Kate was trying to make you play the wild card once she knew you had it. Basically.
Wow, Kate. I thought we were friends.
Wait, redeemed it again. Well, that means I'm going to have to discard because I don't have a wild card. So one for me and one for Sam is what it's looking like. So I'm going to discard a... And this could help Sam even more if I do this wrong. We're going to discard a Cane Red. Bonsai is what we keep hearing.
No, I'm good.
He's good. He's good. Now you have to play on me if you can. According to the other reward.
So, let's be clear here. You discarding a card does not mean I can play on a discard, does it?
What do you mean?
So if I force you to discard, let's say, one of your coups, can I play a coup on top of it?
Let me check the wording.
I'm thinking next level strats here, chat. Let's go.
Yeah. It says the card that's replaced by the wild is discarded, and it says anytime an opponent discards a card, any other so it sounds like you could force it.
All right. Coup yellow.
So you're getting rid of my coup yellow with an any tiki blue.
Which lets me play a coup orange.
Wow.
For a wild card.
Wow.
Then I get to draw a card.
Wait. No, you don't get to draw a card. That was your turn. Was playing the... Did you see this already?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just take the next one then. All right. Here. What do we have here, chat? We're going to play a Laka yellow and discard this coup green. Do you have another coup?
Nope.
Ha-ha! Oh yeah, I forgot to mark that complete.
But I will play this Laka blue on this Maui orange.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I have a Maui blue that I've been waiting to bury in the discard. All right, what do we get here, chat? All right. Now we're going to draw. And this gets real interesting. You just keep gravitating towards blue, don't you?
Believe in the heart of the cards.
Look at this nice any tiki blue over here.
Yeah. Kate.
And I have Maui Laka orange and Maui Laka yellow, which is very interesting. So we're gonna go with a We're just going to discard a card here, I think. And we're going to discard a Laka yellow. Do you have a Laka?
You didn't know.
I would like to know.
Boom! Laka orange!
No! Ruined forever, chat.
Okay.
All the Maui Lakas are out.
And I'm going to play this before K-Bots makes me play anything else. I'm going to play any Tiki yellow on top of my Maui yellow.
Great, and I'm going to discard a Maui orange.
Go for it.
and get myself a wild
That's
card.
fine. You just don't get this anti-tiki yellow.
Who said I was going for yellow?
Well, who says yellow would help you? I do.
That's true. All right. Let's see here. Oh, look, we're going for yellow.
I'm also guessing it is not there's no way to cycle on wilds, right?
What do you mean?
Like in the most literal sense.
Oh, like
if I have no. If I have an any tiki green.
Oh, yeah. You can't discard wilds to get wilds. It has to be a non-wild card. Yep. I'm going to play a Ku yellow and replace my Laka orange.
Got it.
Do you have another Laka?
Laka red!
No! We fell for it twice, chat.
And I guess I'm going to play an any tiki red on your Maui yellow.
No!
Wait, hold on. I need to draw another card. Because I would be down.
Yep. Still want to do that?
Yeah, still want to do that.
Okay. There goes my Maui yellow.
Oh, and a Maui red on top.
No!
Thanks.
This is not good, chat.
I think this is great. I don't know what you're talking
This is
about.
not good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. We're gonna play a. We're gonna play a Cane blue, and replace the any tiki red, so that you can't discard it because it's an any tiki. Get wrecked.
This is true.
We must stop him, chat. We can't let Sam win all the games.
All right. Let's go. Laka green. Lower the redemption costs. I don't know about that, Kate. You've earned on average
It's true.
200 points.
It's true.
You know what does help redemption rates, or what helps point earning rates? Subbing to the channel.
Ooh, pro tips. All right.
I'm not saying that at Kate. I'm just saying that
Just
at the
in
channel.
general. All right. I will not discard a card. I'm gonna draw. Okay. And here's what we're gonna do. We are going to play a Laka blue to replace this Maui orange.
God, I hate you.
Do you have a Maui?
I wish.
You're just sad that I have all the blues.
Yeah.
I mean, I was holding that cane blue, sad that I couldn't discard it. We're gonna get him, chat. We're gonna get him.
All right, I'm gonna play this cane yellow on top of my cane orange. Do you have a cane?
Yes, I do. I have a cane red.
Nice.
I'm gonna draw myself a wild. All right, chat. What do we got here? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to play a Ku any color in place of our Laka yellow. Do you have like your 5th Laka in a row?
I do not.
Yes, finally. I baited the Laka too many times. We now have 4 blues, chat. I can smell the victory.
I don't know what you're smelling.
Seaweed and shrimp curry.
Because I'm gonna play
No.
an any tiki green on your cane
I just
blue.
dropped a card
What?
or something? Or I forgot to draw a card last time. Oh, I forgot to draw a card last time. Because my hand was just so good
All right,
with my play.
any tiki green on top of your cane blue.
Okay. Well, it's funny that you say that. You're good.
Into a cane
exactly.
green.
It's funny how that works. Okay. We're going to draw here, hoping for something useful. All right. We are going to do a... We're going to do a Maui green to replace the any Tiki green. Because screw you. Now I'm back down to only 3 blues.
I'm going to go in for a Lono any color over my Lono blue.
Oh no. Oh no.
I have the table shifted. AKA, I'm getting a lot more yellows on the board.
Yeah. Well, we're going to play a Maui yellow to replace a Maui green.
Wow.
Do you have a Maui?
I don't.
Haha! I can do the yellow shift too, Sam. Uh-oh. K-Bot says discard a card.
Okay. I'm discarding Lono green.
No. Good job, K-Bots. Way to slow him down. All right. We're going to put down a Laka any color to replace our Laka blue just to make us flexible. Do you have a Laka?
No, I mean, unfortunately, I think, like, if you have... I think we're at a point where if you have it, you have it, because...
You're out of wilds?
I'm going to play cane blue on top of my cane yellow.
And I'm going to discard a cane green.
Oh, you have... Okay, cool. All right.
So that I can... I'm discarding to your cane so I can get a wild.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to draw.
Okay. Do you have it?
And I think we have it. This is the only one I need to replace, right? So...
No, you don't. You have 2 coups.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so I don't have it.
And I can't discard to this, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I'm asking you a question.
Oh, no, because it was, yeah.
It's only the first. Only the first.
Yep. But we're going to go ahead and play... We're going to play an any Tiki orange on your Lono any color.
Okay.
Just to lock you in to orange. And that's my turn because I can't discard on a wild card.
I'm going to play a cane yellow on top of the Anitiki orange.
Okay. All right. What do we got here, chat? Ooh, that's not looking so good. We're going to play a Lono green in place of our coup yellow. Do you have a coup?
Coup blue.
No!
What happens when this runs out?
Then I think there's just no more wilds. Yeah, I think that there's just no more wilds at that point.
Oh, I get to draw. That's
Yeah,
right.
you do get to draw. Come on, chat. What do? Do.
I'm going to discard this coup orange.
I'm going to draw. We're seeking something different. Ooh, I can't discard that. Okay. We're going to discard a Lono orange. Damn
Lono
it!
red.
Oh, and that's it for the wilds. This is not good, chat. This is not good. Sam has many wilds, and he gets to draw.
Cool. I'm going to play Maui Any Color over my Any Tiki yellow. Actually, I'll play it over my cane.
Okay.
No, it definitely... Wait, does it matter now?
No, it doesn't matter now.
Okay, it definitely doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay. Because there's no more wilds.
I mean, I guess you can draw the cane.
Right. Actually, I will draw the cane. But an any tiki yellow would have been the same thing, but better. So
Okay.
I will draw the cane. I'm going to play it in place of my Lono green.
And I will play Any Tiki Any Color
And win?
and win.
Yeah. There wasn't anything I could do to stop you because I also had any tiki, any color.
That's right.
And you had all the wilds. Victory for Sam. That's two.
Sam 2.
Yeah.
Jordan, this many.
All right. Well, I believe that makes Sam victorious for the night.
All right. So, I was thinking about this. I think when we're talking about our thoughts here,
Yes.
Let's go. The first set we will do will be about the non-ill-tempered version.
Oh, the even
Even-tempered version.
Okay.
And then we'll do an ill-tempered one, but we'll go concurrently.
Per category, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So hopping to look and feel, which does not change, so
Right.
we don't need this for this. All right. Thumbs at the ready. 3, 2, 1. No. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a lot to say here. The cards are linen finish, which is nice. I thought the art was fine, but I didn't feel inspired by it, so I didn't want to give it a thumbs up, but there wasn't anything bad to say.
Cool. I really don't have much to say. I can totally see where Jordan's coming from. Visual accessibility. 3, 2, 1.
Yep. I mean,
It had words.
it has words. It doesn't rely on the colors, so that's all you really need.
In fact, like, the colors actually kind of throw me because it's all the stuff in the back. So
Yeah.
you really can't even, like, look at it and distinguish it by the colors for most things.
Yeah,
like,
I basically never looked at the colors. I was only
always,
reading.
reading the words.
Also, as regular card players with normal decks of cards, we're used to fanning and looking at the upper left, so it was easy.
All right. Let's go for learning. All right, so right now we're going to go even-tempered, and then we'll use our other hand to do ill-tempered. Doesn't
Yep.
matter which one's which. All right, one out. 3, 2, 1. All right, ill-tempered.
Oh yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, okay.
Right. I'll let you talk first on this one.
I thought both were pretty simple. I think this is probably the sort of thing where if I had, like, you know, if I had watched, like, actually read through it, I would have learned it pretty easily. I like
Hashtag blame Jordan.
The more and more that we, like, play these types of games, the more and more I realize, like, I don't know why people don't rely on, like, diagrams to just, like, to show how things work. But ultimately, I thought it wasn't that bad. The ill-tempered one had just different rules. I think, like, we'll talk about this later, but, like, the ill-tempered could have been very much the same as the even-tempered, or, like, been the only version of the game, and I don't think it would have been much harder for me.
Right. Yeah, I agree with all that. I think it's a fairly easy game to figure out. I think the ill-tempered rules are slightly more complicated, and even though there were only 2 rule changes, the ill-tempered rule set is like an entire page in the rule book. So it was just generally a very wordy rule book with no diagrams, but because the base easy version of the game is so simple, it doesn't really matter. But then to like take an entire paragraph to explain the more complicated rules was the only reason why I gave it the sideways thumb. But it is a relatively easy game to pick up and learn regardless.
Okay. Complexity.
All right.
So just to be clear here, when we talk about complexity and we talk about learning, we are thinking about other games that are in this general genre. So this isn't like, overall, is this more complicated than like
Psych.
Twilight Imperium?
Yeah.
So complexity, let's get ready. Okay, 3, 2, even tempered.
Even-tempered complexity.
3, 2, 1. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Ill-tempered complexity. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Jordan, I think you should take this one.
I mean, I think that it's not a super complex game in that the only things you're keeping track of are what the other players have and what's in your hand, then potentially what you could draw from the discard. Now, I do think the complexity scales slightly as you add players because there are, at first, in a 2-player game, there's 11 cards to track, right? The 2 tableaus plus the discard. In a 3-player game, there's now 16 cards, and it goes up to 6 players, so you're talking like 31 cards to track plus what's in your hand. So there's a little bit of complexity there, but I do think that the base even-tempered version is relatively easy. The fact that you have to always be paying attention to what is being discarded as the only way to get wild cards, I think adds a little bit of complexity because you're trying to figure out, I'm sure you all kind of picked up that Sam and I both realized that we could strategically play things to each other's tableaus in the early game setup in order to set up discards that would give us wilds later on. And so there's an added complexity of like trying to do that on everybody else's tableaus, plus trying to save the right cards in your hand to get the wilds and having to pay attention to this card. So that's the only reason why I give a different rating for the two.
Yeah, I thought, in my mind, they were similar only because I think at the end of the day, the ways that they differed balanced each other out. So I didn't think they were introducing such a level of complexity. I think the one thing could have been in a 3-player game or even in a more-player game, tracking how many wilds the other player has, right? So I realized that very late in the game that I wasn't keeping track of your wilds to know when are you out of wilds. So the fact that wilds can run out in ill-tempered is a different mechanic, but I think it's not so complicated that the randomness of always being able to draw a wild is just as powerful as being able to count the wilds. So that's why I gave it the same rating.
Okay.
All right. Strategic depth. All right, let's go with
even-tempered?
Even-tempered. 3, 2, 1. Ill-tempered. 3, 2, 1. All right. I mean, let's just talk about even-tempered.
Yeah.
It just ended up being card draw. Jordan would have won the first game without the interference.
Kate bots.
But at that point, none of it mattered. It was just card draw. You guys understand how much I hate RNG. This is a heavy RNG game.
Yeah.
A heavy RNG game. And I am not a huge... there weren't enough mechanics to balance it out in my mind.
I feel like you're talking about the next category already. But, for me, I think, again, reminder, strategic depth is not necessarily a subjective do we like it thing. It's more of a strategic depth is just an objective. We think that there's not a lot of depth to the strategy, which appeals to different types of gamers. So for me, I agree with Sam that it's heavily RNG based. It's heavily what sets can I collect based on what I have in front of me versus what I'm drawing. And so there's not a lot to it. I felt like what you were talking about how the complexity didn't change much between even and ill-tempered. For me, I apply that to the strategic depth doesn't change much. Whether you're tracking wilds coming from a separate deck versus wilds that are being randomly drawn, I think it doesn't change the depth too much.
Cool.
I think it does increase the interactivity because you're paying attention more to what people are discarding, but it didn't change strategic depth for me. So that's why I gave him the same rating.
K-Bots is right. I needed the help. Thanks, K-Bots.
Yeah.
Let me put it in a different way. So the reason I thought it was different is the ill-tempered version put more constraints. And I feel like when you add constraints to a randomness game, you actually make it slightly better.
Yeah.
I will say,
agree.
I think like when I look at this game, and we're again objectively trying to rate this against other set collection type games, I feel like there are like other set collection type games weigh heavily into how you discard, what you're discarding, and what the patterns are, because it's typically concealed set collection. It's not revealed set collection.
Right.
So this is different, but I think because of that, discards don't matter. Keeping track of things doesn't matter nearly as much. In the second game, like in the ill-tempered game, we did have to keep track of wilds.
Yep.
But I think like for anyone who's ever like learned or like really tried to play a lot of Mahjong, you'll realize like, you know, in the beginning, you just discard whatever you don't need. Like later in the game, you start thinking about discarding what the other player doesn't need and keeping track of the discards as a way of understanding like where you are in the game. I don't think that happens here, especially because like once one discard, like there's no mechanic that lets you pick up one layer deep into my discard.
Right.
And if there were, that would change things.
Yep.
All
right.
Cool. Let's move
Excitement.
on to excitement.
Ill-tempered. Or no, even-tempered. Sorry.
Even-tempered. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Ill-tempered. 3, 2, 1.
Great. So I feel like, Sam, you already gave most of your spiel, which is heavy RNG, not your style, right? For me, I think that of the two versions of the game that we have, I would like to play the ill-tempered more than the even-tempered. And I gave them different ratings because I think really this game is not interesting enough as two players. It can be played as two players, and so this is one of those things where sometimes it gets put on the box, but I don't think that it necessarily plays as well as two players. I think that if you had 4 players, I think the 4 to 6 player range is the sweet spot. 3 players would probably play fine.
I was going to say, even 3 players would have probably been a pretty big difference.
Yeah, I think 3 players would be much better than 2, but I think like 4 to 6 is where this game shines within what it's trying to be, because it increases chaos. So you're increasing the entropy of things getting messed up, which is more interesting than, you know, Sam knowing that I have a very limited amount of opportunity to screw with him before he gets another turn, and vice versa, which makes the game a little more deterministic after you get past the randomness of the draw.
Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that I just like wouldn't really be a huge fan of playing this for the randomness, I will say I actually think the opposite. I actually think the even-tempered would actually be more interesting with more players than the ill-tempered one. My biggest reasoning here is like the idea that I need to worry about what you're discarding in another route, I think matters more when there are more actions that can be taken on the card, other than just matching.
Well, but in the even-tempered version, the only person who cares what's being discarded is the next player, because no one else can take an action on it, right?
Okay, so I think
you can only draw the top card of the discard.
I'm saying the things backwards. So
okay.
You're right. The ill-tempered, the mechanic I'm thinking is the ill-tempered.
Okay, so yeah, increasing the fact that everyone can take action on the discard regardless of whose turn it is does improve the game as you have lots of players.
Yeah, but I'm still probably not going into it.
Yeah,
so
which is fair.
Cool. So before we get into like the pure end, and like Jordan and I have been talking about something just to add to the end of our streams, because we're going through so many of these games. They're new games. I think you can hear very clearly, like, you know the type of player Jordan is, you know the type of player I am, you know what Guilty likes. But I think because Jordan like plays so many of these games, I'd love to hear, like, Jordan, what do you think? Who do you think would love this kind of game? Who should be buying this type of game?
So for me, I think that a game like Ill-Tempered Tikis is great for party-style gaming, right? So like the type of game where you're like, I want to just pick this up, deal everybody some cards, it's low strategy, so people could be drinking or having conversations and not really paying attention, but if there's still stuff to pay attention to. So I think it fits into that type of game. I think that this is a game that I would enjoy playing with my nephew. I think that he might not get all of the nuances of stuff that we picked up, like how you can trigger things to get wilds in the ill-tempered version. But I think that the base mechanics of the game, which is essentially draw and play or discard and then occasionally try and screw up the other person's tableau, I think that he would understand that enough that in a group setting with like 4 or 5 people, family around the table, it would work really well.
How do you feel about this compared to something like Walk the Plank? Same level?
Yeah, I think Walk the Plank has a much higher take that mechanic.
Interesting.
Because Walk the Plank is very much just like all you do is like move and push and pull, right? So you're just trying like I think Walk the Plank has a higher level of chaos than this game. And so I think that they're both in a similar style. So people who the instances where you would play Walk the Plank, this is a game that would fit into that kind of situation. But you should play Walk the Plank if you want more take that, more chaos. You should play this if you're okay with the RNG. Right? So, like, if you don't mind RNG and you just want something where you can just kind of like draw cards and screw with people a little bit and try and collect sets, because this is at its core a set collection game, that's where this shines. And so something like Walk the Plank is there's more planning around like what you have going on, what cards you have available to play, that sort of thing. So it's a lot more deterministic of a game. So if you're Sam trying to play a party game or play like a family game with kids, you would probably choose Walk the Plank because it has way less RNG. It doesn't have any RNG at all. It's entirely deterministic. If you don't mind the RNG, I think that this is a great game for those types of people.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. So I think that brings us to we're already at the end.
Yeah, we're at the end. So thank you all for coming out and joining us today. This was Ill-Tempered Tikis. Thank you again to Wild East Game Company for sending us back from PAX Unplugged with a copy of this game. We did enjoy playing it and showing it to you all. So hopefully you all got a good idea of whether this is a game for you. If you did, you can click on the link below the stream and you can get it off of Amazon. Otherwise, we will see you all next time. So if you're watching live, stick around for the post show. Bye.